Hear you. Get loud for your next comedian. Derek Dimpfl.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but I want to have a drinking, working, shaming dance-off with this guy now. I'm very competitive. I'm the only one. Okay. I was going to plant salvia in my psychedelic garden. Didn't have that mushroom. Bing! Okay. No, we don't eat those here. What are you talking about? This is... Come on. These are my buddies, and soon all of you will or won't be. We'll find out. I was chatting with a buddy of mine just a half hour ago, and he was saying, it took me a long time to get home yesterday. It's like exit 240B, that's my exit. It's always closed. Drove by it, and I had to go over on Claw. Wait, hang on. Well, if it's always closed, why do you go by it? That was a lot funnier when he and I were talking. Sorry about that. Is that yeah, but he had a big, long sob story about how it took him a long time to get home. Not being unsympathetic, there were tears. But it got me thinking about roads. Like, were any of you here for the Austin Marathon? Yeah, okay. Did you do it? No. I think it was different people who said woo and no. All right. Yeah, but I worked on the day of the Austin Marathon, and all the roads on my way to work were closed off. Had to cross numerous police lines illegally, sneaked across it, finally got to work. My boss said, "How'd you get here so fast? No one else is here." I said, "You don't want to know." So he didn't call HR. It was good. I'm sorry, guys. These are new stories. Are you here to have a good time? Heck yeah! All right. Well, you can have a good time in a couple of minutes once I'm done workshopping these stories. I'm here to have a good time too. I mean, I don't do comedy to feel depressed. Like I do comedy because I finished therapy a few years ago. I got my 10-year certificate. I said, I'm out of this fucking. I can ask all the questions now. I can accidentally make friends uncomfortable. It's like, oh, so you think that had to do with how your mom treated you? He's like, don't do it. Don't start. This is not that kind of drinking session. Yeah, I mean, you guys have heard about the Boston Marathon bombing, but I almost became famous for the Austin Marathon bombing. Not enough context. All right, okay, so I never felt this way until the Austin Marathon this year. It's like, I realized, like, what a dumb fucking event. A bunch of people who make six figures are going to get on the streets and run for 26 miles to prove that they can, instead of just jogging around their local park. I fucking hate it. Took me an extra half hour to get to work. All these bitches weren't tipping. I worked the valet, do the valet game, get that money. Oh man, they had me working overtime. Only $5 an hour more, not enough to live here. It was miserable, but I wound up getting written up because this one guy was flashing a 10 at me the whole time while I was pulling his Suburban around, getting his family loaded, moved all of his family's 11 bags into the trunk, and I was putting him in the car. Like, thank you so much, sir, for staying with us at a loft. That's where I worked. Is there anything else I can do for you? He said, no, I'm getting out of here. And I said, oh, well, I just saw something in your hand earlier. Was that something for me that you had? He's like, no, I'm not giving you anything. And I said, oh, well, something that you can do for me. Oh, shit, my phone's over there. I have this little QR code in the back of my phone. He could leave a TripAdvisor review. So, like, I'm not doing that fucking thing. And then he, like, closed the door. And I went back to the valet stand, and I fumed for a second. And I walked over there, and I tapped on his door, tapped on his window. He rolls it down, and I said, well, then get off my drive. And he fucking explodes and chases me down the street, and it would have been funny if I was funny. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna work on all that. I appreciate you guys suffering me. My name's Derek. Give it up for Dimpfl.
Give it up for Derek Dimpfl, y'all. Come on, get loud. That's the one thing I'm not